Okay, I've already beaten the idea that YouTube is a business over a few people's heads in comments and in a couple of previous videos on this channel. So I'm not going to belabor that too much. I should think if you haven't realized that by now, it's pointless to talk to you about it regardless. Instead, I'm going to address directly the idea of censorship. Let's think about it for just a second. And before I get too deep into this, let me just say, I don't support a lot of the way YouTube runs this site. I don't. Alright? But I'm also a realist about certain things. Okay? And there's a ton more vids in my take on the way YouTube controls this site. There's a lot more to be said on that. But here and now, I'm just going to talk about this idea of censorship. Because I've seen a lot of videos lately where people say there shouldn't be any censorship, we have freedom of speech, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, let's take a look at that for a second. How many of you out there are Jewish? And how many of you would like to see just something that horribly belittled and made light of the Holocaust? Not many of you would like to see that. However, that can be a person's opinion. That's covered under free speech. Alright, but what would you say to somebody who was promoting going out and actively killing Jews today, now, right now? Go out and kill the next Jew you see. That's their message. That's their whole point. Do you think that's something that we should allow as a society? Or even online, as an online community? Do you think that kind of message carries any value? But that's free speech, right? They should have the right to say that, right? Because the real crime isn't committed till they actually go kill someone. Okay? Let's apply that same idea to blacks. Okay? You can belittle and make fun of slavery all day long. It's an opinion. It's an ignorant and ridiculous opinion to hold, in my opinion. However, take it up a notch. Go kill the next black person you see. Just walk out in the street, see a black person, pick up a bottle, break it on the side of the road, and stab him in the throat with it. Is that the sort of message we want to allow to be spread? No, I don't think so. So you see, there is no good way to have zero censorship. Okay? There just isn't. Not and preserve some sort of stable semblance of society, even online. Okay? That's just the way it is, people. Go out and have sex with a kid. Do it. It's fun. And let me tell you how not to get caught doing it. Is that the sort of thing you really want to see floating around on this website? No, I don't think so. I know I don't want to see it. So, once again, we have censorship coming up. We would like to censor that type of thought. Okay? And, I mean, those are just really blatant, obvious examples. Now, I know YouTube goes way overboard on some of the things that they shut down. I've seen a couple of other videos that talk about how YouTube was purchased by Google, and they purchased nothing more than the technical platform that hosts this community. Okay, now to a large extent, I can agree with that. Absolutely, you're right. Without us, the people making videos, and you, the people watching videos, there is no community. That's a no-brainer, okay? But to say all they purchased was the technical platform, and because that's all they purchased, should not give them the rights to dictate what happens on that technical platform, to you I say this: is it within their rights to turn off that platform that they purchased? It's theirs, right? It belongs to them. Is it within their rights to turn it off? Yeah, I think it is. And if they turn it off, we all go poof, gone. So I think that really puts the ball of power, so to speak, squarely in their court. It's another no-brainer. Really, it honestly is. Now, that being said, if there are some sort of changes that we, the community, would like to see happen, running around with your middle finger in the air at YouTube is not the way to do it. It's a lot of fun. I've done it myself before, but it's not going to accomplish anything, and I didn't expect anything positive to be accomplished by it. I just felt like being an asshole, you know? But for those of you who think that that is a way to encourage or enact some sort of change, you're sadly delusional. You're quite messed up in the head if you honestly believe that by throwing all these fits, and that's what they are, it's fits, that you're going to affect some sort of positive change. You're not. Now, there's an idea that's kind of floating around, and it's very akin to a union type idea. Getting enough people involved, and mind you, the numbers would have to be astronomical for it to be enough people involved. Getting them all together and making a concerted stand against some of these policies that they feel are wrong, which I also feel many of them are wrong. People being suspended with no warning, no reason why ever given, that sort of thing. And these are things that I would like to see addressed. The idea of unionizing a lot of people to actually affect some sort of recognition from YouTube, from Google, is a positive idea. That is a good idea. That is movement in the right direction. Okay? However, the numbers will have to be phenomenal to actually make a dent and to get their attention. Okay, and you also have to be very firm in your resolve if you're going to do something like this. If this is a course of action that appeals to someone out there and you decide, I want to go along with that, well, you have to basically make up your mind that if they don't listen, you're leaving. Because if you don't leave after a failed attempt at something like that, then you have done nothing more than give them the message. They're all talk. They'll make a stink. They'll rattle some sabers. But they're all talk. They're not going anywhere. We've got them in our pocket. You can't make unreasonable demands of them and then get pissed off when they don't respond. That's just you're failing from the outset there. But if you make some sort of reasonable demands and you get some sort of reasonable response, then that's fine. If you make reasonable demands and get stonewalled and you're not prepared to leave, then you're just wasting your own time and hurting any chance of anybody actually making some positive effect in that same manner in the future. So ask yourself, before you decide to turn on that camera and make your "fuck YouTube, stop censoring us, and stop suspending blah 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 blah," raise valid points while you're doing it, and either be dedicated enough that you basically give them the ultimatum: either listen to some of what I'm saying or I'm gone, and then actually leave and don't come back, or just give it up. Just shut up, keep yourself under their radar, and do what you're going to do. And 9 times out of 10, that's what I do. Now, if I see something in this unionizing kind of rumor thing that I hear going about that actually looks promising and has some sort of potential, and isn't just a big ploy on the part of a few certain people trying to get themselves more attention, then yeah, I may throw in my lot with that. I may. I don't know. That remains to be seen. At this point, it's nothing more than a bunch of talk. I feel like I'm starting to ramble a bit on this, and that wasn't my intention. I've just I can make 3 20-minute videos on this and still not have covered every salient point. I think I did touch on enough, and if anyone's interested, throw some comments out there, and maybe I'll touch on a few more in the comments. What the fuck? That's what it's here for, right? Have fun until they kick me off. See y'all. Just a thought.